Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Planet Lizzdom. Today is one of my most favorite days of the year. It is the start of Halloween. Well, actually, for me, Halloween is every day, every year. But you know what? We're right at the end of September. We're jumping into October. And I am so excited to do a special episode on a Wednesday. Because you know what, guys? Something strange has come to Planet Lizzdom. And that is a very, very big deal. You know, I'm so excited to bring to you sword swallowers, mind readers, contortionists, strongmen, burlesque performers, and so much more. And starting off, this episode, or this entire show, is one of my favorite performers that I met at Something Strange a couple of years ago. We get to know returning rapscallion, clown of many talents, and the master of danger, Daddy Red. You know, he is a past performer, and I'm so honored to begin this run with this larger life than talent. So bring your questions and double dog dare to this blockhead extraordinaire. Everybody, I want you to give a very big welcome to Daddy Red. Daddy Red, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for asking. How are you today?
Good. I am so happy to have you on the show. You know, I got to see you perform a couple of years ago, and you just blew my mind.
Oh, thank you very much. I do have that effect on people, that or I really annoy them enough that they give me their money. Either way, it's a good show.
Well, I remember I got to see you swallow swords. I think you had money stapled or nailed to you. Something got attached to you with money. And I remember I saw you from below, and you were just like this heavenly clown of like just bizarreness, and I loved it. I loved it.
I've been called many things. Heavenly is a new one, but I will take it. I do have kind of dead comedy, so I could see angel-like.
Well, I when I say heavenly, I mean, you know, larger than life, just so sentient. You know, you sometimes you'll watch performers and they're not terribly engaging, even though they're on stage. You just kind of feel like you're ready for the next thing to happen. I didn't want you to leave the stage. I was not done.
Well, on the upside, I usually feel the exact same way when I'm upstage.
Yeah.
And then I have to get off the stage, and that's when the really scary part comes, and then I have to talk to people.
Oh no. I know that I am what you call an ambivert. So I'm either very introverted or very extroverted. But when I'm introverted, I want to run away.
I'm normal Red is very quiet and boring. Daddy Red is a larger than life character that everybody wants to get to know. And it's a hard mix between the two of them now that I don't drink quite as much at the shows.
Well, for those who may not know who Daddy Red is, you know, there you are doing human blockhead with an electric drill, if I am correct. Yes. For those of you who have, you know, for those who have never seen you perform, who is Daddy Red? Where does that name come from?
It's actually a rather funny story, the name. When a couple years younger, or decades, clown age, weird. My son was born, and things went really wonderfully, and then they didn't. And his mother took him away, and he had another friend that he had, which was Daddy Jeff. And then there was Daddy Red. And I said, that's kind of offensive. How can I make this fun for me?
Yeah.
So now I do crazy and dumb things so that other people are entertained with a name that was blessed upon me by less than ideal circumstances.
So basically, you've turned it around.
That's the nicest way of saying it, yes.
I love it. Well, you know, and good, you know, that's something that's Planet Lizzdom is all about, you know, taking a situation that's maybe not necessarily ideal and working it to your advantage and making it something special for yourself.
Well, that's the part people seem to get lost on, I find. Everybody's more intent on the outcome rather than the journey.
You know, it took me a while to figure it out, but, you know, Larry Flint said it best, you know, happiness is the journey, not the destination. You know, enjoy all the twists and turns and just kind of learn to go with the flow if you can.
If not, the staples tend to hurt more.
That's true. You know, I have to say, you are such a superstar when it comes to being able to perform with pain. You know, I saw a TikTok video of you that I wasn't able to rip tonight, where you're eating hot peppers and it's nothing for you. Everybody else is just dropping out like flies, and you're just eating them like it's fries.
Yeah, I can definitely perform through some. That was a very special event, and yeah, right after those cameras ended, I was crying off to the corner as well. So I give mad credit to the people that were in that competition. Mike Jack was actually the gentleman who won it, and he's won a few world records for eating hot stuff. So yeah, that was my first TikTok video I'd ever been in, so that was fun.
That's pretty cool. I have to say, I was so impressed by your ability to be so calm. Like, it really didn't look like it was hurting at all.
Again, that it just takes enough staples, and you kind of look calm through just about anything.
What would you say is your favorite stunt to perform? You know, when you are doing sideshow, because I find like everybody has their preference and their strong suit.
I really enjoy the bed of glass because it's shocking and it's loud. It's rather uncomfortable when people see it jumping up and down and the broken glass. And then you add the sword on top of that, and people just woo.
Oh yeah. I was actually trying to explain sword swallowing to a friend of mine the other day who knows nothing about sideshow. And the first thing like I explained was that you have to train with a professional to do it. You know, how did you
100%
learn?
recommend that. I hear that that's a wonderful way to do it.
How did you learn?
The long and unsafe way, and I do not recommend it to anybody. Lost a relationship through it because nobody really wants to hear somebody in the living room learning how to sword swallow.
I imagine there's probably a lot of gagging in that and a lot of swearing.
At first, there was a lot of. I learned a new trick called regurgitation while I was learning this one.
Okay. Something to the effect like this, perhaps. Actually, I'm
Yes.
always impressed when you can bend forward. That to me blows my mind.
Yeah, well, then you're going to be very excited for the Something Strange one because I've got a couple of new how dumb can I be with the sword in my belly type stunts.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Well, so
Hopefully the ankle is feeling better because I have to scrap one of them out of my show on Friday, but hopefully the ankle feels better by next week and Something Strange gets all the new fun stuff.
we are so excited, guys. If you don't have your tickets yet, Something Strange. I am very happy to say, and Red, I think, Mr. Daddy Red, I think you'll be very happy to hear. Something Strange is 60% sold out right now. So guys,
Yay!
get your tickets. Go to Eventbrite. Get them now because we're not doing any door sales. Once we are sold out, that's it. It's nothing personal. It is just the law. We cannot go above. We
Actually,
can't go
no, it's
above.
completely personal. Buy your tickets now or you lose out and it's your fault, not ours.
Absolutely. And guys, I have seen Daddy Red perform, and you definitely want to come see him in person because that is such a treat. We
And
were
like I
so
said, we
honored to
got
have
some
you.
fun new stuff, exciting new stuff. Unfortunately, due to the still rules, the crowd interaction is less than ideal.
How do you get around that? Because I know you've done a couple of shows already. You just recently did something with Phoenix Fire at this event, and I forget exactly where it is, but you were doing this in public as
That was
well.
in Shepard, I believe.
Okay. How
We
does it
did a few
work?
in London. We did a couple we did one in Ottawa. That was when I was doing the hot pepper contest. Me and Phoenix have been working closely for years, so it's nice to do shows together.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Always a lot of fun. He's been a very great teacher as well.
Oh,
I went
good.
from when I started doing the show, I needed people to go up on stage and talk for me. I was a sad performer when I started, and then a
Aw.
friend took me under and showed me how to be more comfortable on stage. Uh, Coincidentally, he taught me how to sword swallow, even though he doesn't know how.
Oh. How does that work exactly?
Well, the best piece of advice he gave me on it was technique. You
Okay.
can't learn to do it sitting down. You can't learn to do it in front of the TV like you can with blockhead.
Okay.
It's one of those you have to get up and do. You have to put all your thing into it right from the get-go.
Now, here's a really dumb question, just because I have never sword swallowed. I really
I
haven't.
have dumb answers, and I've sword swallowed lots of times. Let's go.
Do you start with a dull blade?
I still tend to use a dull blade,
Okay.
mostly for safety for everybody. I enjoy the act of including the audience. So if one of them decides to pull out a little wrong, and look at all the kids in Toronto, a lot of people don't know how to pull out. I got to be careful so I don't use a sharp blade for those. On the other side, I use a sharp blade for other events. And yes, I started with a barbecue skewer.
Oh, okay. That's because it's a little shorter.
Uh, yes, well,
Yeah.
I started with a 22-inch glow stick, one of those
Okay.
little thin ones there for making necklaces and everything.
Yes.
And it was eventual. And then I needed something more solid, and I was poor. So the dollar store had barbecue skewers. Seemed like the right logical place to buy stuff you're going to risk your life with.
Yeah, of
Dollar
course.
store. Oh, they sell pregnancy tests. I figured it was safe. Uh, so started
Uh-uh.
with the barbecue skewers, and a friend in England found out that I wanted to be a sword swallower. Sent me my first blade, which in one of the earlier pictures was the sword with the chicken on the end.
Oh yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
blade itself was actually sent from England. The chicken was found at a local, well, let's not call it local, a big box store that's local.
Okay.
And it was in the dog section because rubber chickens are rather expensive in the clown section.
Interesting. I wonder why.
Because people who are clowns are bigger suckers when it comes to money than dog owners, I guess.
I mean, I've
I
heard
guess
of the
there's not more of us.
right? I guess there's a clown tax.
You know what? I believe that.
Yeah.
There's some places I think have been charged.
Oh my gosh. What is the craziest prop you've ever built? And guys, if you have any questions for Daddy Red, hit us up in the comment section because I will ask it. Well, I'll decide if I'm going to ask it, but hit us up in the comment section. What is the craziest prop you've ever created?
Created, I would have to say, a couple of years ago, I was doing walk-arounds. Well, I wasn't paid to be there, so let's not say where it was, but it was a large event in Toronto, and I decided to make a pipe sword.
Okay.
So I took fish hose. I put a bowl on the one end, ran some wire through the fish hose so that it would be durable.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other end, I left a nice piece of hose left over. So I swallowed the sword, light the bowl, and my axe would puff on the other end.
Okay.
That's got to be the craziest one I think I built.
So I'm trying to visualize what exactly would happen with this pipe.
Well, the bowl would be up near my mouth. So the
Okay.
bowl would lead to the pipe going down straight into my belly,
Okay.
making a pretty large U, and
Okay.
then coming back up out of my mouth again and into a
Okay.
hose, kind of like a hookah.
Okay. Okay. Now I can see it. Wow, that's wild.
It was special.
That is so special. That must have looked really cool.
It did until it didn't, and much like coincidentally, again, we used a hose. I was doing a stunt with Phoenix Fire that involved a hose and Windex going into me, and yeah, the splash from the Windex or the fire from the bowl bubbling up and landing, that's got to be the least thought out part of those stunts.
I mean, I gotta ask, like, how when that happens, when your stunt goes sideways, because even with the best laid plans, sometimes things like this do happen.
Oh
What
yeah.
do you do? Like, what's your plan?
Uh, well, again, I'm not the brightest bulb in the bunch, so don't be like me. I just push through.
Okay.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter what it is. Doesn't matter. I had a mishap doing a stunt with a machete and a vegetable and my forearm. I had had a bit to drink, which is also the reason I don't drink anymore before shows.
Okay.
Uh, the machete came down. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I ended up with a nice little gash
Hmm.
from. Let's see if we can go this way. This way. There it is. A little bit of my motor skills aren't exactly working so great anymore on this arm. But yes, so sometimes stunts that go bad are the ones that really shouldn't.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it was funny. People had a good laugh up until the bandage went on.
Oh, geez. Well, I mean, sometimes from an audience perspective, you don't necessarily know that something has gone wrong or that that an injury has taken place.
Oh, for sure. I could. There's a few times I've done stunts where the crowd has come up and asked me. Many times, actually, a lot of my escapes I used to do, and are you okay? Were you hurt? How did you not get hurt?
Hmm.
We believed you were dying when you look like you were dying. Yeah, but if you go see the Avengers, you kind of hoping one of them's going to look like they're dying before they win.
It's true.
It's
Everybody
better
loves a good
so.
backstory. Yeah.
That's it. It makes it fun.
But I have to say, and I have to qualify this for something strange. Safety is paramount for us, even with death-defying stunts and all of the fantastic craziness that happens. Safety is paramount for us. So, guys, when you do come to something strange, know that we do have a plan. If something happens to go sideways, everybody is taken care of. I am a huge freak about safety because at the end of the day, a stunt is great, but your life is more important. You know, so it's always I always like to hear about tales of what went wrong so that we can learn from it. So that we can make it safer for next time because it is possible to do these stunts safely. And even with the best laid plans, sometimes something can happen, and we want to be on top of it. So that's my moral lesson of the day, to for safety. But at the same time, it is really cool to see death-defying acts of danger.
Well, that's the fun part about it. Is it's supposed to be entertainment. So yes, you want to see me look like I'm going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Yes, you want to believe that I'm going to get hurt. But no, like you said, we take many, many, many precautions. I do things that I again don't recommend anybody else do.
Yeah.
That being said, safety. I'm very important on safety as a basis, not so much on each individual thing.
Well, to be fair, I mean, you are pushing the envelope in your performance. You know,
Well, and yeah, and it's like music or acting in general, it's if we don't push it, we don't do better, then it's the same show again and again. And it gets redundant for us, which makes it boring for you.
Absolutely. And which actually brings me to a question that I have. Is there a stunt that you have watched grow and develop for yourself on stage that you weren't so into at first, but really love to perform now?
No, there was one that I really enjoyed at first that I'm not a big fan of anymore.
Oh. The
other way around, not so much. I really enjoy the swords. At first, I thought it was kind of gimmicky because I did start the same way as everybody else with the smaller stuff, and the swords seem very 5 minutes. And when I do a 45-minute show, you can't really have a 5-minute show. But I've definitely developed the sword swallowing into a point that I can do a 40-minute show with just the swords. So that would definitely be my favorite one.
That is pretty darn amazing. I love what you did for Something Strange back in January when we had the Zoom show for it.
That was a lot of fun. It was the first time I'd ever done any editing for my own show. So that was interesting. But that was a lot of fun. That was my tattoo artist was my assistant because we couldn't see people.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because, it's your bubble.
That's exactly it. Lucky for me, my tattoo artist was in my bubble. Not so lucky for my wallet, but it is what it is.
But your arms and your legs must look fantastic.
Oh, the work she does always looks great.
Now, something that we didn't realize when we did Something Strange back in January was that by doing it on Zoom, we actually were able to bring Something Strange to a lot of folks that couldn't make it to Toronto normally or who are mobility challenged. And that was kind of a really nice revelation. Some people just, they can't get out of the house and get into a club. And for the first time ever, they got to experience and see your performance. I thought that was really cool.
It was very cool. And any of them that can't get out of their house and enjoyed the show, feel free to book me. I will come to your house. Right. It's easy to get me to your house. It's hard to get me out of your house. But I will come over. I will do a show. You can feed me. You can bathe me. And, it'll be a fun show.
I love it. Well, guys, go reach out to Daddy Red on his Instagram. You can send him a direct message at daddy_red_. So definitely that's the way to reach this guy right here. Oh, I'll never get used to this webcam. I had to point away from you to point towards you.
Oh, that is really weird.
I will never make you a girl.
It would be the same on my phone, but
I'll never be a girl.
Whatever this person says is the right one.
Exactly, that guy. Now, sorry, I can't stop laughing. You know what I want to do very quickly? Actually, I want to show just a really quick clip of your performance on stage. This is something I found on YouTube today to kind of give people just a tiny little taste of what they will see at Something Strange. So let's take a quick peek at this.
Step right up, boils, ghouls, and nondescripts, and start your Halloween month off at Something Strange, Canada's largest sideshow extravaganza, October 10th at the Revival nightclub. For the price of just one ticket, you will see pain-proof freaks, human marvels, animal oddities, and so much more. Featuring acts as seen on America's Got Talent, Penn and Teller's Fool Us, Discovery Channel, NBC, all over the media, hosted by Planet Lizzdom and myself, Mysterion. October 10th at Revival. Get your tickets now on Eventbrite before they disappear.
Yeah, I didn't realize that we used some of the same footage in our commercial as in the video that I chose, but that's pretty awesome.
Hey, anytime I get to see me, I'm happy.
Absolutely. Do you find it strange to look at footage of yourself?
Not at all. I have a blast going through other people's footage and stealing it and making videos like you just saw. I find that it's interesting because I don't see me when I'm up on stage.
Right.
And to the point that I don't see the crowd half the time as well, because I get so into what I'm doing, and it is a bit of a mind over matter process for some of it. So it's fun to see the footage back and go, oh my God, I was really drunk, or oh my God, I was really good, or oh my God, I fell down. I don't think that was part of the show.
It's true. Sometimes you're so wrapped up in the performance that you forget what happened. I've seen quite a few clips or photos where I'm like, I was there. I don't remember that. Or like, I said that. I don't remember that.
Yeah, no, those are, I come into those quite a bit more than I used to, mostly because I'm sober enough now to notice what's going on.
Oh my
But
gosh.
that being said, some of my better shows were plastered drunk, and I don't remember any of them, but the video footage was wonderful.
Oh my gosh. I can well imagine. Well, because you're in a completely different headspace for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Do you find, I know for myself, I get insane stage fright. Like, it's ridiculous. It's not until I'm right here in this moment that I'm completely calm. But leading up to it, I have butterflies. I'm all knotted up. I'm just squirrely. Like, do you get that?
No, I don't get stage fright. In fact, it's kind of the opposite. It's when I start getting near the end of my show that it's the realization that it's coming to an end, and I have to wait up to a week or 2 weeks to do another show. So,
I
but
get
no,
that.
I don't get stage fright and anymore. When I first started, it was one of those things that everybody was like, "Oh, it's normal. You know, it keeps you paying attention. It's good. It'll get you on track." No, it's just like everything else. When you first start doing anything, it's nerve-wracking. You don't know if you're going to do it well, and then all of a sudden you're getting free drinks and people are taking your number, and you know, it's nice to feel like a pretty lady every now and then.
Oh, that's so cute. It's true. I'm sure post-show you have people coming up to you and just fangirling all over you. Like, do you find you get that on the street sometimes?
No, in fact, lucky for me with the makeup, people don't tend to recognize me.
Okay.
I was sitting in a park a couple of years ago, well, about 2 years ago. No, must be more than that now that COVID. But the year before COVID, and I was sitting in the park talking to some people doing fire stuff, and they were doing rope dart and everything. And one guy finds out that I do sword swallowing, gets all excited and shows me a video of a guy he saw last week that I should meet up with. And literally playing the video, I'm looking at him, my friend's looking at me because she knows it's me on the video. He has no idea. Dude, that's me. Yeah, no, look, I'm gonna eat some glass right after. Yeah, see, that's me.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I always laugh at the whole Clark Kent Superman thing, but it is kind of true, especially I find now with masks. When I meet someone for the second time without a mask, I have to ask them, "Can you do this for a second, just so I can see only your eyes?" And they're like, "Oh, Jerry, how are you, buddy? How you doing?" Like, I have no idea otherwise because you make up everyone's face. So I imagine, being in character, people don't realize that, Daddy Red is Daddy Red, and then your regular everyday persona is different.
Well, and that's the fun part is the Daddy Red everybody likes. Even I like Daddy Red. Red, on the other hand, well, he's he's one of those people that whine a lot, has lots of problems in life. Yeah.
Oh, like all of us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Absolutely. Planet Lizzdom, lots of fun. The other girl?
Yeah, well.
I'm kidding. I'm even worse. I am the reason they invented the cane to take you off of the stage. You know?
The hook.
Now, I got to ask about this photo. This is one of my favorite photos of you. I love that you're using an electric drill to do the human blockhead. How did that come about?
I'm not original to it, unfortunately, although that really sounded nice and I was kind of feeling braggy for a second. But no, I had seen somebody on YouTube or TV doing it, and then I saw a couple other people and I went, okay, so I don't have to ask any permission. I'll just go and get myself a power drill and give it a try. Which again, I do not highly get trained by professionals. Just sticking stuff into your head or body is not recommended. Even on dates, careful where you're putting stuff. But so yeah, I just picked up a power drill one day and went, okay, it can't be that much different. What's the worst going to happen? I'm going to end up with a new hole, free piercing.
Yeah,
back
that's
of the
true.
head, but
Now, I am not a human blockhead. I've never done it. My closest experience is the 2 COVID tests that I've had done, where they put the thing right up my nose, and I am very proud to say I didn't really flinch too much. I cried a little bit just as a reaction, but I was kind of okay with it. And both times, the nurses were like, "Did we do it right?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, you did it. I felt it." But I'm trying to imagine what it's like to have a whirling piece of metal going into my sinus cavity there.
It is mildly less comfortable than the COVID test. Mind you, I get to do it out of free will, whereas COVID test has a lot of political political issues that I don't want to get into.
No, for sure. And someone else is doing it for you.
But I have to admit the nurses were quite impressed with my COVID testing abilities.
Oh, nice.
Although they do tend to give you a very weird look when you lick it after.
Oh my gosh, you did not. That would completely wreck the specimen right there.
That's what they said. I said it made it a more entertaining specimen. They said no.
Now, I have to ask, again, as someone who does not, do this, where did the licking of the item come from? Because I every time I see someone do the human blockhead, they shove it up their nose, they do their thing, and then they clean it off.
I would assume probably enough people having snot in their pockets decided that was a bad idea. So let's just up at the gross factor a little bit at the end of the show.
That's actually very practical.
That's my only logic for it, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, but you know what? That makes sense. Are there any stunts actually that you are wanting to perform that you've never been able to or are working your way towards?
There's 2 new sword stunts. I don't want to get too into them.
Okay.
One of them I've never seen. Well, both of them I've never seen anybody do before. One is going to involve an escape with the sword already in my belly.
Okay.
And the other is, as I mentioned, Phoenix Fire is one of my mentors. He has a world record for an elastic band snap.
Oh, I love that stunt. That's such a good stunt.
Yeah, I'm going to make it more interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I said it like that. But I'm going to swallow a sword.
Okay.
He's going to pull the elastic.
Okay.
And we're going to let it go while the sword's inside me.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm going to call it the Houdini Ender.
Oh, my gosh. Oh,
I'm excited
already. Oh, my gosh. Whew, that sounds so intense. Wow.
Speaking of intense, I recently just learned a new one Phoenix was helping me with.
Yeah.
Where I stand on an electric box and swallow the sword, have the electricity run through the inside of me, through the sword, and then light the light bulb up.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
That
whoa.
one was fun.
Oh, the hairs on my arm
Again,
are
I don't
standing up.
recommend you try that at home,
No.
and I don't recommend trying it in general. But if you really want to electrify your iron diet, give it a try.
I love it. I will not give it a try, but I will cheer you on. And Jeannie just wants to let you know she's having a great time and excellent interview.
Well,
So, and
awesome, Jeannie. Thank you.
I think everybody's really engaged in this conversation because I'm not seeing many comments, but that's actually not a bad thing. It means that everybody's actually quite interested in what you have to say. So that's a really, really good thing. And
Or it's really bad for them, because if you're interested that much in what I have to say, well, read a book.
well, when we come back, I want to ask you a few more questions about your performance. So we'll be back in 2 seconds, and I have some really great questions lined up for you.
Sound.
Hey everyone! Planet Lizzdom now has a Patreon. Your help will allow Liz to make the show even bigger, cover costs, and help bring on celebrity guests. Go to patreon.com/Planet Lizzdom and pledge now.
Now, when you are performing, and Phoenix Fire has definitely, been a huge supporter of you, teacher, mentor. Have you ever been performing and you've looked out in the audience and you've seen someone that you really admire as a performer? Have you ever been like, it's you guy. Oh my gosh, it's you.
Actually, the first year I did the Something Strange festival, I was quite, what's the word? Fanboyish for Pipsy Pinwheel.
Oh, I love Pipsy, of course.
Because number one, she's a very cute clown.
Yes.
Number two, she was a sword swallower. And I had never actually seen a live sword swallower before other than myself.
Okay.
So it was, when I walked in and I saw her, it was one of those, oh my God, I get to perform with you. Yay.
That's awesome. Yeah, Pipsy's absolutely lovely. She's I love when the way she does the balloons in her nose.
Yep.
Have you seen her do
Mental
that?
floss.
I love it. Like I could never do that, or maybe I can, I just haven't tried, but it looks so cool. She does such a great job with that.
She does. I enjoy her entire act. She's a blast to watch. She's a blast to talk to. She's got wonderful merch.
Yes. And speaking of merch, do you have any Daddy Red merch?
I still have stickers, patches, pins.
This is the Daddy Red
With,
logo right here.
yep. That one's on most of the. I got patches and stickers of that one, as well as my old logo, which is a DR. I have patches left of those, stickers left of those. Let me see if I can find one of the stickers.
Very cool.
Sorry, my house is a mess.
Oh, it's all good. I love merchandise and stickers and stuff and things. It's just the best. Oh, and you know what?
Stickers.
Very cool.
And then, hold on, I gotta have one of the other stickers. Well, one of the other stickers looks just like my business card, which is, where this camera? There it is.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow, that really does not go well with the, oh, it reflects the,
It's very reflective.
apparently.
Oh, very cool. Hey, it's Hot Todd Lincoln. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, Todd.
That's awesome. Sean Potter did come in a little bit late to the show because he's asking, why do they call you Daddy Red? For anybody who has joined us late, quick recap. The reason you're called Daddy Red is because...
I had a bad breakup with my baby mama, so I'm Daddy Red.
Now you're Daddy Red. There we go. And you know what? Hot Todd Lincoln's saying doing well. He's, I love the Something Strange family because, it's when you perform together and you go through so much to make an amazing event happen, you become family. You really do.
Oh, 100%.
And it's the sort of thing.
I've been reached out to, and I've reached out to probably everybody who's ever performed there one time or another, and had some of the better talks. Things to keep you doing your art instead of whining and working at McDonald's for the rest of their life.
Absolutely. And I'm so blown away every week by the amount of work that every artist that I get to speak to is doing. I'm so proud of each and every one of you because I know these past 2 years have just been hell. They've been hard and they've been, disheartening and so confusing. And yet every single person I speak to, yourself included, is so adaptable and you're thriving. I've been watching your feed and I'm so happy to see you performing again, and doing so much. And I'm so excited by that. And I feel like with Something Strange coming up in October, we're getting over another hump. We're moving a little further ahead.
Oh, I 100% believe that. I think that, long story short, the performing aspect is going to be coming back, and that part of normality is going to be here again very soon. Hopefully across Canada, because I kind of would like to get out to BC for the really cold weather. But it'll be my first trip out there, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, BC is full of boreal forests, and it'll be really, really nice. And I think it would be a great way to escape minus 30 degrees Celsius weather for sure. Jeannie is just asking, where can we buy Daddy Red pins and stickers? Can we reach you by Instagram?
You can reach me by Instagram. I will have them at the Something Strange show. Also, I offer free food. I'll just come deliver them to your house.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, you're looking forward to going to BC for the winter. And I always talk about, BC, DC, AC, before COVID, during COVID, after COVID. What is on your bucket list, or what are your plans in the next couple of years moving forward?
Well, one is right before COVID started, I was speaking to somebody we both know, Mysterion.
Yes.
In regards to doing an event involving a wrestling ring. And I didn't realize this was on a bucket list of any sort of mine, because lucky for me and my life, I get to accomplish most things I usually want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But finding out that there was a wrestling ring that I was going to get to perform in just blew my mind, and I was really excited. So now that's the first thing I want to get done when everything opens back up.
Oh, that'll be so cool.
Oh, it will be. I'm kind of curious if they'll let me be body slammed with a sword in me, but we'll see.
Oh, wow. Okay. And I have to laugh every time I look a little nervous. You're smiling even wider. You're like, yes, there's the danger element. Like right now, you're just a face full of teeth. I love it.
Yeah, that's the fun. Everybody loves clowns, and it's always the smile.
It is. It's so true. Oh my gosh. I truly hope that you do get to, realize your dream of being body slammed with a sword in you. I think that would be probably maybe the ultimate way to go. Who knows?
Well, I at least want to live long enough to be cheered off into the stretcher. Like Mankind got to get off in the stretcher. Yes. I want to be dragged off in the stretcher at least.
Oh my gosh, I can just see you like, yes, I did it.
And then die as soon as I get backstage.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have to ask, as a wrestling fan, you get to be body slammed in the wrestling ring. Who is your dream wrestler that does that to you? Living or dead?
Living or dead? Oh, goodness.
Because we know from Mysterion, he's a mark for demolition. So who would you want?
I would have to say Bret Hart.
Okay.
But 90s Bret Hart.
Oh, yeah. 90s Bret Hart was really like...
Now he's a little old. I'd be afraid that he might drop me.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get in the wrestling ring with Bret Hart now, or Ric Flair, or... Woo!
Well, I think I could handle a leg drop by Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Like Thanksgiving, the turkey landing on you. All of a sudden, I'm gonna have these wrestlers messaging me now.
I would be afraid of the figure 4 leg lock.
Oh right, yes, that sounds uncomfortable, but it's an old guy, so I'll just let him push until he breaks something.
Yeah. Could you imagine saying like, I had my arm broken by Ric Flair?
It would be a definite something I'd write on my cast.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. In fact, I would do a little dot, like a little dot and an arrow that says break here and get them to sign it. That's what I would do.
Nowadays, it's more money to get them signed something than it is for the tickets, though.
It's so true because you would save that cast and then sell it on eBay.
Oh, goodness.
I'm sure somebody out there would do that.
I'm sure they would, but I don't know. I would hope that my kid or my grandkid does it rather than seeing myself selling off something that important.
Yeah,
And
I
really,
mean,
who wants to buy somebody's used cast? Like,
I know
that's got some nasty stuff in it.
True, although hardcore collectors of autographs or memorabilia from a certain celebrity can be really, really weird that way.
Right, and if it was Ric Flair's cast, I could see it. But Billy Bob's cast with Ric Flair's autograph, I would be worried there might be little Billy Bob's growing inside, and yeah, I'm good.
Okay, fair point. Fair point.
I like the Ric Flair autograph, but I'll live without the Billy Bob's.
Yeah, I'll just keep a picture of it.
That's it.
There we go. I took a picture. I touched it. There we go. Guys, do you have any more questions for Daddy Red before we go? Because, now's your chance.
Come on, ask me something weird.
Yeah, come on. Let's do it. You know what I've noticed whenever I'm online, if I want to look closer at your screen or see what's going on, I've actually moved closer to the camera thinking I can look into your screen.
Yeah.
It's a very video.
I remember trying to look up Disney dresses on the TV. Didn't work so great.
Yeah, I was going to say, did that work? I'm not so sure.
I don't know. I remember Jessica Rabbit not wearing enough underwear.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Well, don't hate her. She's just drawn that way,
Oh, believe me, nobody hated her.
Well, listen, guys. Something Strange, again, it is 60% sold out. You've got to get your ticket. I can't say that enough to everybody. It's at Revival on October 10th. And Daddy Red is going to be there live and in person. So definitely make sure you don't lose out because the last event that we did recently with the Sentimentalists, it did sell out and we had to turn away about 30 people at the door. So do not miss out. Get your tickets today because Daddy Red is amazing in person live. And this is a show you do not want to miss.
And if you do get turned away, don't worry. I will come out. I will take your money and I'll tell you about the show.
Okay, that's fair. You'll socially distance, tell them about the show.
And I'll take their money.
And I'll take the money with one of those grabbers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With the dinosaur grabbers. I kind of want to see that now.
I'm going to have to go to the dollar store, buy more props.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Can you please dress as a Tyrannosaurus Rex at the same time?
I find their feet a little big. I stick with the clown shoes.
Yes, smart idea. Well, listen, Daddy Red, I'm so happy to have you on the show tonight. I look forward to seeing you in person. And, before we go, actually, Jeannie just pointed out that she wanted to know what your weirdest show experience ever was. Okay, there we go.
Definitely that picture you brought up earlier when I was performing with Phoenix Fire. That was a very interesting show. I have never been booed that much, which was surprisingly entertaining for both me and the crowd.
Okay.
Phoenix Fire had a blast as well, but we got heckled, I suppose is the best word for it, by a drunk older lady. And when I say older lady, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, I am quite old, so this lady should not be drunk in public. Screaming at two performers, that's definitely the weirdest I think I've done a show. On the other hand, I cut out the sack underneath my kneecap at one show, so lots of weird fun things when you come see one of my shows.
I love it. Well, guys, you can see Daddy Red October 10th at Revival, so make sure you get your tickets today. I want to thank you so much for talking with us tonight. I can't wait to hear more stories, and I can't wait to see you live again.
I look forward to it. We're going to have a blast, and hopefully we'll sell out. and nothing better than selling out. Kids, don't listen
Absolutely.
to what your parents tell you. Sell out.
Yes. Sell out. Daddy Red, we'll see you October 10th.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Be well. We'll see you soon.
For sure. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know Wednesdays are a weird day to tune in, but you know what? Something strange is coming up and we are so excited about it. Leading up to October 10th, actually, I'm going to be doing a Something Strange series. This is the first of many shows to come. Tomorrow night, we have Flexi T. Next week, we have Swamp Hag, followed by Steffi K. And hopefully, if I can bring more people into the mix, I certainly will. Make sure you go to Eventbrite to get your tickets because they are selling quickly. I cannot stress that enough. 60% sold is no joke, and it will be 100% sold the day of. And I want to let you know that Planet Lizzdom is actually now syndicated on Carney Show on Twitch on Fridays at 8 p.m. So make sure you check it out to see previous episodes of this this series. And you know, Jeff Peterson over at Carney Show is doing some amazing things. He has the Devil's Hour tonight at 11 p.m. our time. Go check it out because he's making some really great content. And you know what? Speaking of making great content, without your help, I can't make great content. So please, I invite you guys to be my patron. You can go to my Patreon at patreon.com/Planet Lizzdom. And even for $5 a month, you can help me, extend my licenses, improve my internet, whatever. Guys, the show is for you. And I'm just so excited every week to bring you all of these amazing programs. And I'm excited to do it to 2 times a week now. Although I can't talk. I've been performing since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm a little tired, but I'm happy to see you guys. I hope you're doing well. And I will see you guys tomorrow night on Planet Lizzdom. So stay tuned. And, remember, tune in, turn on, and take part because you truly never know who's going to land right here on Planet Lizzdom. Have a great night, guys. I will see you tomorrow.